Hey, 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 what's going on? Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tune in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I am so freaking hyped. Oh, my goodness. Today has been an absolutely amazing day. So I'm going to let you guys come on in the room. Come on in. Come on in. We're going to talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Hey, Stacy, how are you, gorgeous? Who else is here? Let me know who's here and where are you chiming in from. Who's here and where are you chiming in from? Y'all, I'm on a little high because we just did listen, y'all better listen. I need y'all to understand, y'all, this thing is real. It is real. I'm telling you, stuff is moving like it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. But let me know who's here. Let me know who's here. Let me know who's here. Who is in the virtual building and where are you chiming in from? I know Stacy's here. Who else is here? Well, listen. Y'all don't want to speak right now. That's okay, right? So let me tell you guys this. So I just finished a 1 hour, actually it was a little more than an hour, training on the intro to Forex, where I introduced some people who had never been introduced to Forex before to trading, and we set them up and they put in trades and they're making money right now as we speak in their demo accounts. Yes, Stacy. It was amazing. Listen, I had an amazing time. It was incredible. If you missed that one, you don't want to miss the next one. All right. Yes, we got Queens, New York in the house, and we got Delaware in the building. Now, whoever that is in Delaware, know that you're chiming in from one of the groups. And so I can't see your name. So you have to put your name so that I can know who you are. Right? But we got Queens, we got Delaware. Y'all, that Forex meeting was off the hook. When I tell you that people walked away having inner trade, set up the Formator Trader 4, reading the chart, that they got started. They got the basic principles of Forex and they were able to make money in a 1 hour session. As a matter of fact, let me just look and see what's going on with our trades right now. Let me see. Ooh, boo, yeah, they working. We in profit. Come on, somebody. All right, you guys. Well, I'm not here to talk to you about that, but I had to share that with you guys because it's just an incredible experience. If you want to be a part of what we're doing with Forex, drop Forex in the comment, and I'll hook you up with our next class and you'll be able to participate. The class is absolutely free, but it's designed to give you a basic overview of Forex and introduce you to the market and what it looks like and the way we trade. Right? Everyone doesn't trade exactly the same, but I wanted to share with people the atmosphere that we have, the way that we move, the way that we do what we do, because it is an incredible experience, right? But listen, I titled this, hold on, because I'm going to share something with you guys in just a second. I titled this, Overcoming the Trap of Seeking Your Value and Worth from Men and External Things. Overcoming the Trap of Seeking Your Value and Worth from Men and External Things with Dr. V and Dr. Tonya Kirkpatrick. Dr. T had a meeting, and so she is, we're going to have to reschedule our show. Hey, how are you, gorgeous? We do need to connect. Girl, we need to connect, okay? So listen, inbox me your number so we can connect, all right? All right. So Dr. Tonya had a leadership meeting that ran over. So we're not going to be able to do our live together tonight. We're not going to be able to do it. I know y'all, I'm disappointed as well, but we're going to reschedule it. You know, I know that when she and I get together, that energy is powerful. Now, I'm not going to be on long, but I did want to talk to you guys for just a minute. I want to talk to you about this whole thing that's going on with Kevin Samuels. I literally on my YouTube page, and if you guys are not following me on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube page, right? My YouTube page gets different type of interaction. So I've been having some interactions with people over there, and it's been really interesting to see the things that the men are saying, right? And so that's a whole interesting thing. But this is what I want you to know. This is what you're going to get from Dr. V, right? I'm going to talk about me for a minute. You know, it's so funny that people assume that because I have a PhD, because I am a professional woman, because I am independent, that I am a feminist. You will never hear me call myself a feminist. I don't believe in it. I believe that it is a tool that white women have used to disenfranchise Black men and Black women. I know not everyone believes that, but I do. I believe that it's been used as a divisive force. We never had to fight for the right to work. We've always worked. Our presence in the feminist movement actually benefited white women more than it benefited us. Now, are there issues in terms of Black men and Black women? There absolutely are. I'm not going to tell you they're not. But what I'm telling you is Dr. V is not a feminist. That's not who I am. But do I believe that as a woman that I can do whatever it is that I want to do? I absolutely do. Do I believe that as a woman that I have the authority and the right to be able to be a businesswoman, to be a go-getter and all of that? I absolutely do. But the truth of the matter is this: I don't want to be a man. Right? I don't want to be a man. See, even if I was in a lesbian relationship, I'd have to be the woman. I just would have to be the woman, honey. I just would have to be the woman. It's so funny. I've got friends who are gay, and they were teasing me the other day, and one of them said something, and they were like, you know, yeah, because then I said, see, this is why I can't be no lesbian, honey, because listen, you know, too many people will want me. No, I can't even do it. Plus, it's too much feminine energy for me. So you guys, listen, this is what I want you to know, that for me, my interactions with people are important. I always want to affirm people and make people feel special, important, and significant. So even if I don't agree with you, I'm not going to attack you personally. I don't believe in that. I don't think that that's godly. See, that's not the character of God, right? And so I don't do that. Now, can I do that? If I have to do that, right? Something is way out of hand and I have to do that, I know how to do that. Don't get it twisted. I can cut you up with my words and cuss you out without ever saying a cuss word, and you'll be trying to figure out what just happened to you. For real, for real. Hey, Demel, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Anne Marie, good to see you, gorgeous. So I need y'all to understand that for a couple of reasons. I found it interesting that the gentlemen were talking about women with PhDs are this and women with PhDs are that and women with PhDs are this, right? It's the same thing that often happens with attractive women. Men often say that attractive women are snobby and they don't talk to people. I can remember a guy saying, he wrote a comment to me. It was in a dating app, and he wrote a comment to me, and I responded, and he said, "Oh, snap. I didn't think you were going to respond. You look stuck up." What does stuck up look like? Okay. So people often will find themselves ascribing characteristics to you based on their perception of people, quote unquote, like you. This is what I need you to know. When you interact with Dr. V, you've never met a Dr. V. I promise you that. If you haven't interacted with me, then you don't know me, right? I don't fit in a box. I'm not your typical PhD. I'm not your typical Black woman. I'm not your typical mother, your typical 54-year-old, your typical prophet. I'm not your typical anything. I'm never going to fit neatly in your box. You're never going to understand me like that, right? But this is what I can tell you about me. See, I believe that the best way to know Dr. V is to hear it from Dr. V's mouth and check my track record. You Google me. I show up, right? Check my track record. Check how I show up. I show up consistently the same way. So when you get Dr. V, those of you who have interacted with me or you've been following me, drop in the chat, in the comments, what you get when you get Dr. V. Drop in the comments what you get when you get Dr. V. How do I show up, you guys? What can people anticipate when they encounter me in a live or in person or live and in person, because I don't have two different people that I am. I'm the same person on live as I am in my real life. I'm just not that busy trying to impress people where I've got to change everything up to be someone that I'm not. I don't have time for that. I don't believe in that. Like, I don't believe in that. So y'all drop in the comments, how do I show up? What are they going to get when they get Dr. V? What are some of the things that they're going to see? Okay, drop it in the comments for me so that these people can know, because I want people to understand that, I am who I am. All right. Yes, Anne Marie, authentic. You're going to get authentic, Dr. V. I'm going to be real. Yes, Stacy, you're going to get love, encouragement, wisdom, and business advice, because I'm all about love, encouraging people. I like to share my wisdom, and that business advice, that stuff just comes very easily to me. DeMille, Dr. V is one of a kind. So much positive energy. Thank you, DeMille. Listen, I love it when the men recognize who I am. Yes, Elisa, the truth, right? You're going to get the truth. You're going to get the truth. Now, listen, I'm not asking people to share this to brag or to pump me up or anything like that. I'm saying that because there's a whole audience of people that don't know me. They don't know me, and they might not watch a whole video to really get to know me. They may see a snippet or just see the title and decide that they're going to make determinations about what I'm going to say, right? People who know me know that I don't automatically fall on the side of women or on the side of men. I fall on the side of right? And for me, what right is, because I believe it's important to understand what that is for me, what right is treating people with love, respect, and honor. Treating people with love, respect, and honor. What is fair, what is just, what is equitable, right? And so for me, and this is a big, big deal for me, a big, big deal for me. And any of the men who are in my life, who have encountered me, will be able to tell you this, that for me, it is a big deal with men, and particularly Black men, that I affirm them, that I let them know that they're the bomb, that I let them know that they're great and that they're amazing. I go above and beyond with that, not to try to manipulate or control or any of that, but because I want to offset some of the things that many of them have experienced and encountered with other Black women, right? Because a lot of times, because our society has pitted us against one another, we are put in competition with one another because of slavery. Oh, Lisa, she the bomb. She connects personally, financially, and spiritually. Amen. That's my goal. My goal is connect with the whole person. So when I tell you guys, and listen, I've been that Black woman who basically cut a Black man up, like cut him up, destroyed him. We were very combative. We fought verbally and we fought physically. Don't play with me. I was a fighter, right? And I can remember after I exited the relationship, and I had to exit the relationship because there were things that had transpired in the relationship that put me in a certain mindset, because I wasn't always that way in that relationship. But there's some things that happen sometimes in relationships that put us in a combative mindset. In this case, though he never acknowledged it or admitted it, there was some cheating that had taken place. And the thing about me is, listen, especially the younger me, I would get you tit for tat. You cheat? Oh, you cheated? That's what you're doing? That's what we doing? Oh, believe me, I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. And then we're going to have some issues, right? We're going to have some issues. I had to learn the value of my peace. So even in responding to some of the comments on the YouTube channel and the YouTube video from the other day with Sharita Leone about Kevin Samuels, I waited, had to wait, because some people said some very demeaning things to me. They made light of or made fun of and made a mockery of my 5 marriages and my 7 children, right? And so they did it to demean me, right? Now, this is the thing about me. I've been married 5 times. That is simply a fact. It doesn't determine who I am. It is simply a fact of my life. I have 7 children and love all 7 of my children. See, that alone ought to tell you that I'm not your typical anything, because your typical PhD Black woman is not going to have 7 children. She just is not. She's going to have 1, 2, maybe 3 children. Okay. I just am not typical. But they said some things and they, were cracking jokes, or she's been married 5 times with 7 kids and she's giving relationship advice. Absolutely. After 5 marriages, I've learned some things. There's some things that I've learned. Now, I'm just happen to be the type of person where I have to learn a lot of stuff the hard way. I learn by doing. I'm a kinesthetic learner. Okay. And so for me, those words, while they were meant to shame and demean and insult, they didn't move me. Why? I know who I am. And that's the whole thing. I believe everyone needs to know who they are outside of your money. Because listen, if you define yourself by your money, who are you when your money's gone? I'm going to wait for it. Right, Stacy. Right. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, and this is the thing that blows my mind. There are certain people with certain types of personalities that, in order to make themselves feel good, put other people down. Put other people down. I don't have to do that. I don't have to put you down. Could I put you down? Yeah, I could. But that's not how I operate. See, I believe in operating from a place of love, because I believe that love draws. I believe that love covers a multitude of sins. I believe that love is the answer. It is the solution. Now, there are times, listen to me, and I want y'all to be clear. Now, those of you who follow me, you know that there are times when you can't deal with people with just straight love. There are times when you got to go to war. There are times you got to go to war, and I ain't scared of war. The word of God says the kingdom of God suffereth violence and the violent take it by force. It's one of my favorite scriptures. In other words, you will get cut, chopped in the throat, kicked in the chest, bam. Listen, I'm just saying metaphorically, not physically, but metaphorically, right? We've got to understand who we are. See, when you understand who you are, you're not moved by that external stuff. You're not moved by people's words. You're not moved by what they think about you. You're not moved by any of that, because this is the truth of the matter. What's up, boss twin? How are you? This is the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is this. A lot of the very same men who made the comment don't have a picture for their YouTube. And chances are, just going to be real, that if I met them in real life, I would not want to date them. I would not want to date them. And that's okay, because there is somebody, I believe there's somebody for everybody. I believe there's someone who's going to see you and you're going to be, what it is that they want in their life. Yes, Demel, love is an action word. It's an action verb. It's what you do. It's how you handle people, right? Yes, Jacqueline. Yes. Now, I choose, hear me when I say this, I choose not to automatically cut them up. It's my choice. It's my choice. It's not that I don't have another option. It's my choice. I choose love. Now, every person has a right to choose whatever they want to choose, but this is what I have a right to choose, not to interact with you. And you never have to worry about me engaging in a long, drawn out debate, because the word of God says, when you debate a fool, you become a fool. The other thing is, I believe in peace. Some stuff is not worth it to me. Why am I going to engage in a whole long debate and you're going to believe what you believe and I'm going to believe what I believe? It doesn't excite me. There are people that love debating, like they just love debating, right? Okay. I'm not going to cut you up, boss twin. I'm not going to cut you up. You just trying to clank. Don't be trying to cuff me. Don't be trying to clank me. Don't be trying to do it. They said don't nobody want me. They listen. Well, they said not nobody, but a high value man wouldn't want me. A man with money that makes six figures, that's well off, like that he wouldn't want me because I've been married 5 times and I have 7 children. Well, I'm gonna tell you what most of those men are thinking. She got 7 kids. She got that wop. She been married 5 times. I don't know what she doing, but she pulling them men in. Listen, let me find out what's going on over there, okay? So despite what they say, I know that there are other things that people think, right? Knock the dust off your feet and keep it moving. Don't even entertain it. Absolutely. You are such a mess. You are such a mess. I appreciate you. Shoot your shot right, DeMille. He's shooting his shot strong. He like... Let me see. He got the follow through going and everything. Let me see if the ball lands. Listen, and you guys, this is what I know. I know this without a doubt. Absolutely everybody has value. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. Even the people that you see that are homeless have value. Everybody has value. And that's what I learned in life. Listen, sometimes we dismiss people and we discount their value because they don't fit into certain categories and standards. But baby, let me tell you what I learned. Let me tell you what I learned. I learned in the same way people discounted me and saw me as not having value or not being significant or didn't want to date me when I was younger. The very same people see me now like, hey, you as a whole fine 54-year-old mother of 7. What's up? Right? You know? Oh my goodness. You are such a mess. All this flirting. Yes, Anne-Marie, everyone has value. Now, when you understand that, then you don't allow other people's words or thoughts about your value to determine your value. That's correct, Jacqueline. God made all of us valuable. He didn't make anyone invaluable. In fact, if you look at the word of God, it's so funny because the people that he actually uses the most are the people that other people said, oh, they're low value. Think about it. All of the disciples had issues, right? Come on, boss twin. 5 people put a ring on it. You better write a book. Maybe you, DeMille, I'm trying to tell you. I can tell these women how to get a ring, honey, how to get a ring and a whole husband, honey. But you just need to make sure it's the right one. And that's where I messed up. I didn't always make sure it was the right one, but every one of my marriages even had value. Every one of my exes had value. Like they added value to my life. There were things that I learned from them. And I learned in those relationships that I might not have learned otherwise, or it may have taken me longer to learn. So see, I don't discount anything that I go through or any person that's been in my life, because every person that I encounter, whether they think that they are getting over on me or using me or abusing me or whatever they think they're doing, right? I still win. I've learned that everything that happens in my life works together for my good. All of it works together for my good. And so therefore, the fact that I've been married 5 times, right? Like that for me works for my good, because there's somebody out there and they don't believe they have value because maybe they've been married 3 times. And so they think no one's going to want me. Well, I'm telling you, I've been married 5 times and I promise you there are people who want to be number 6, right? I promise you that, you know, and not 1 or 2 people, a lot of people that want to be number 6 who would welcome the opportunity to be number 6. But see, this is the thing. When you understand your value, then you don't have to feel like you have to play games with people. Y'all, I tell you, this is the thing about dating that blows my mind. It's that people play a lot of games. I'm not a game player. Listen, I'm 54 years old. I'm a whole grown woman. I've been married 5 times. I have 7 children and I have grandchildren. I'm not playing games, right? So if we are talking to one another, if we are engaging with one another, if we're dating one another, if something is a problem, I'm not going to play a game about it. I'm going to tell you that it's a problem. I'm going to tell you why it's a problem. And I'm not going to do it in a way that demeans you. I'm going to do it in a way that allows you to maintain your manly dignity, your masculinity, to know that I value you and I respect you, but also to set a line, draw a boundary, because I have a right to set boundaries for my life. We teach people how to treat us. And so I'm going to teach you how I need to be treated. Now, if you can't treat me like that, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But that means that you can't be in a relationship with me, right? If you don't care about how I feel when you do something, then you don't care enough about me to be in a relationship with me. See, I've already done 5 times of being with people that could not go with me to where I'm going. Right? For whatever reason. It doesn't mean they're a bad person, doesn't mean that they're not intelligent, doesn't mean that they don't have ambition. It doesn't mean any of those things, but for whatever reason, we weren't on the same page, going in the same direction at the same time. Right? And so because of that, I learned some things. I learned some things that I need. And that's what I encourage you guys to do. Learn what you need in your life. I know I need intellectual stimulation. See, I don't know why it is, but it seems like a lot of men are into the size of their penis, right? They want to send you a picture of their penis, right? And, because it's big, right? That don't impress me. I'm sorry. Like your 6 figures don't impress me. 6 figures don't impress me. The size of your penis doesn't impress me. Now, it can turn me off, okay? Just being real, because size does matter. But just because it's big doesn't mean it's better. Okay, doesn't mean you know what to do with it. Just because it's small doesn't mean you don't know what to do it. But I'm not trying to do that. Not me. Okay, but I'm saying all that to say this. I'm saying that we've got to understand. We got to understand that until you know you will forever be trying to, or you will forever be in a position where you can allow other people to define who you need to be. Who I need to be, God defines, right? And the person that's for me will appreciate and love those things about me, right? So you gotta know who you are. You gotta know what you want. You gotta know that you have value. When you know you have value, you don't allow people to treat you a certain way. You can say something crazy to me, but this is what I'm gonna tell you. Not only am I not going to engage you, I'm going to exit that interaction, because it's not productive for me. See, when we stay in interactions that are non-productive, that are derogatory, that are insulting and shaming and all of those things, then what we do is we're giving our power over to that other person. You're not taking my power at all. I don't care how much people want to try to say, men, because, they're a commodity, that, they control the market and the value. Okay, maybe for some women, not for me. Not for me. You can have 6 figures, you can have 7 figures, and I still don't have to want you. Because it's about more than that for me. It's about more than, it's about your character. It's about your integrity. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all get caught up in how much money people make, their education, their credit score, and all those things. And I'm not saying those things are not important. But what I'm saying is they're not the most important things. Now, because what you'll do is you'll get somebody that's perfect on paper, and you'll end up in a whole jacked up, messed up situation. Listen, you so sweet, just sweet. We allowed others to appraise us when we need to evaluate ourselves. Oh, that's good, Demel. That is good. I'm not a house. You can't do an appraisal on me like that, right? And then you determine my value. No, because I'm not property. I'm not property for you to own, to buy, to sell. I'm not. It is important that we evaluate ourselves. We've got to see where we are according to where we want to be. Listen, I think that's so important. I always tell people engage in self-reflection, engage in introspection. One thing about me, I understand why I've made the decisions that I've made, right? I understand that. I understand my choices. I understand what was going on with me at the time because I evaluated it. I understand where I was operating from, right? So that I don't have to continue to repeat that cycle, right? So just know that you've got the power to really determine your value for you, what your value is for you. Then you can determine if how other people value you meets with your value of you and whether or not you guys can engage in a relationship. That's how it works for me in my life. Now, I'm not talking about everybody. I can't say for everybody. I'm not speaking for all Black women. I would never be so presumptuous. Nor am I speaking for all women, period, right? But what I am telling you is that I know for me, and people can say I'm delusional. They can say I have an overinflated sense of self. They can say whatever. I know what I bring to people's lives. And when you know what you bring to people, see, listen, Miles Monroe said this. Miles Monroe said that women are multipliers. Whatever you give a woman, she's going to multiply it. Okay? If you give her a seed, she's going to produce a garden. If you give her a house, she's going to produce a home. If you give her your sperm, she's going to produce a baby, right? Women multiply, right? Well, not only do I multiply, I am an accelerated multiplier, right? So whatever you give to me, then I'm going to not only help you to multiply it, it's going to be accelerated. It's going to happen quickly. You said pressure. Pressure. Okay. Absolutely, Sister Lowry. Absolutely. In the same way, men, I want you to understand. I want you to understand what it is that we need from you, right? See, women crave love. We want to know we're loved. Men crave respect. Men want to be respected. They want to be honored. They want to be celebrated. So what has happened is that sometimes as women, we don't respect, honor, and celebrate men the way they need, right? And in the same way, men, what's happened is that you often or sometimes do not love us the way we need to be loved. But all of that is correctable with communication. When you're with the right person, communication is the great equalizer. It allows you to articulate what you need, them to articulate what they need, and then you guys can see, can I provide that for you? Is that something that I'm willing to do? Is it something that I want to do? Because with the right person, you want to make them happy. You want to make them feel good. Okay. So for me, it's important that we understand that, because as we are interacting with people, I just believe in treating people, period, with respect. I believe in treating people with respect. I think that's important. I want respect. I give respect. And because I give you respect, if you disrespect me, that's a problem. Because I respected you. I've given you respect and you give me disrespect. That's not okay. You all, if we could just get and wrap our minds around, first of all, men and women communicate differently. Men and women have different needs. And not all men and women are the same. So whatever you experience with the men or the women in your past, that's not necessarily what you're going to experience with someone else. Right? So you bring this baggage to the table, and that baggage begins to weigh down your interactions with people. I don't have time for it, personally, not me. Okay. After 5 marriages, twice to the same man, right? I'm in a place where I'm real clear on the things I need, as well as the things that I'm negotiable with, right? See, for me, you don't have to already have six figures, but you got to definitely have a 6 and 7 figure mindset. Okay. Um, you if you've got a 6 or 7 figure mindset, whether you have the 6 or 7 figures now or not, if you have the work ethic and the vision, you can get there. See, because people make and lose money all the time. I need to know that if you lose it, you can get it back. I need to know if you lose it, that you won't kill yourself. I need to know that if you lose it, you're still going to be you. You're still going to be loving, caring, giving, compassionate. Like you're still going to have those characteristics. You're not going to lose your mind. All of that becomes very real. In the same way as women, you know, um, we have to be able to respect, love, and honor. And if you can't respect a man, then that's not the man that you need to have in your life. If you don't respect him, you don't need to have him in your life because you're going to destroy him and he's going to destroy you. You guys are going to destroy each other. You don't have to do that. It's better to let people go and allow them to find the person who is going, or people who are going to really appreciate and value them for who they are. Now, but we have trouble with that because we've got all of these things that are going on in our head. Y'all, listen to me. And I want y'all to hear me clearly. I'm sick of Black men and women disrespecting, dishonoring, attacking, and shaming one another. I'm sick of it. Like, I want us to be solution oriented. How do we change our communities? How do we change our economic plight? It's not just about the money. It's about our mindset. It's about the energy we bring, and it's about our relationships and our family. A family is the foundation of the community. Then families that are in dysfunction create dysfunctional communities, create dysfunctional spending. If we really want to get our economy together, if we really want to get our community together, if we really want to get ourselves together, it's going to require us to be honest about our hurts, our traumas, and our pains, and to work through that stuff. And then to be able to put that off to the side, right? To cast it away and to be able to interact with people in a way that honors them and respects them. Thank you, Demel. Demel, I would love for us to do something where we have a conversation about this stuff because, like, right now I'm talking, but I would love for us to be able to have a conversation because for me, it's not about a monologue, it's about a dialogue. Like, I want us to really understand. I want women to understand that when you treat a man with respect, when you honor him, and I'm not saying just, any man, but your man, right? Especially. But listen, this is just me. I'm just talking about me. Listen, I actively and consciously treat men with respect. Actively and consciously. I just do that. Because even if they wilding out, if you treat that man with respect and you honor him and you show him love, eventually he's got to look at himself. Eventually it gets tired, right? When you soften your answer, then you allow the opportunity for him to soften his response. See, these are things that I've learned as I've studied communication. I remember reading a lot of stuff thinking that's some white people mess right there. That's white people mess. Black people don't do that. And we may not do it like that. But what I discovered how to accomplish some of the same things, but do it in a way that was genuine to me as a Black woman, right? That sounds like what I would say. But I'm telling you, with the right man, I'm going to be purring like, be like, yes, daddy. All of that, right? With the right one, right? But I'm going to treat all men with respect. The only way you get disrespect from me is you got to really have gone way left. You got to really have gone way left. And then, I might have to check you. you know. But other than that, I'm just not with it. It's too much energy. Hey, Jackie, and too much negative energy. Too much negative energy. I believe in living my life in the positive. You saw the mail said Dr. V is going to bring all that positive energy. Absolutely. I want to make the world a better place with positivity, with love, right? With respect, with honor, because those are the things that I want to multiply. Remember, whatever you give a woman, she multiplies. So if you give her shame, she's going to multiply that shame. If you give her disrespect, she's going to multiply that disrespect, right? So whatever you give us, we multiply. Be careful what you give us, right? Because it's going to affect the multiplication. Now, for me, I've learned not to allow what other people do and say to cause me to behave a certain way. I engage in emotional intelligence and I consciously think about what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it, right? So when people say, oh, well, I know you didn't mean that. No, if I said it, I meant it. I don't accidentally do stuff. I do it with intention, right? So I intentionally choose to love people. I intentionally choose to set boundaries. I intentionally withdraw my communication if I need to withdraw my communication from someone. It's intentional. If we would get more intentional in our actions and in our choices, we would discover that we can create the life, the love, and the relationships that we desire. Not in a way to manipulate, but in a way to set boundaries. We're not good at setting boundaries. We have to learn how to set boundaries, and setting boundaries is not a dirty word. Okay? So I just want to encourage you guys tonight to love yourself. Love on you. You're amazing. Love on you. You're incredible. Love on you. You are worthy. You are enough. Not only are you enough, you are more than enough, right? And it doesn't require the validation of other people. You just are, because you were created. And the moment that you were conceived in your mother's womb, God gave you value. At that moment of inception. Yes, Jacqueline, we are kings and queens, and we have to begin thinking of each other that way. You are so correct. Yes, Cassandra. Boundaries. Boundaries. We got to set boundaries. So when we set boundaries in our life, people can choose to respect or not respect our boundaries, which in turn we can choose or not choose to continue interacting with them, engaging with them, or having relationship with them. Whatever you do, you have a right to choose. But whatever you choose, also know that you are then accountable for the consequences of your choices, right? So whatever comes up after that, know that your choices affected that. And now that you know that, you are empowered. So the other person isn't controlling things. You control you, right? All you can control is you. What you do, what you say, how you show up, right? You can control what you accept. I don't have to control anyone else. And it took me a while to understand that and to realize that. I don't need to control, nor do I need to win the argument. I don't need to, right? Sometimes for me, my greatest quote unquote win is the exit. You guys, listen. Stop letting other people define you, define your value and your worth. Nah, you define it. Well, see, and when you define it based on what God has said, right? Because He's already given you value. He's already told you that you are invaluable, that you are like there's nothing you can't be replaced. You're one of a kind. You guys, listen, know this. I got to get off, but I want to say this. Know this. Know that God absolutely loves you. God loves you. The Most High loves you so much. When I really understood that, like there was nothing that people could do because my daddy got my back. He got my back. And when people do me wrong, they be like, ain't no good gonna come to you till you do right by me. And it's not gonna come from me. My daddy just be like on people's heads. Like, oh, you wanna mess with my daughter? Bam, on that head, right? So I try to keep people safe by, just being, pull back. Daddy, don't get them. Don't get them, daddy. Don't get them, right? So listen, you guys, I just love you. I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Oh, listen, check this out. If you want to know more about how you can corona proof your income, right? You want to know how to corona proof your income. You want to know how to trade on the foreign exchange market. Let me drop some links for you guys to be able to go and to register. I want you guys to be a part of this journey. I tell you, today has been an incredible day in the trading world. Listen, we had an amazing 5 a.m. trade house session. And then after that trade house session, hold on one second. After that trade house session, we continued trading. We caught about 90 pips today. About 90 pips. And we just put 2 more trades in. So that's going to be a total of 110 pips. 110 pips. Let me see. Something like that. Oh, we made $100, Jacqueline, in our trade, our GU trade. Come through, y'all. Come through. If you guys have people on the line tonight, make sure you reach out to them and check on them and see where they are with their trade, right? The other one will hit later, right? But listen, I'm telling you, you guys check out coronaproof.eventbrite.com, coronaproof.eventbrite.com, so that you can schedule to be a part of the class so you can learn how to corona-proof your income as the country is beginning to close down. Also, coronaproof.eventbrite.com. Also, check out Intro to Forex with Dr. V, Intro to Forex with Dr. V.eventbrite.com. That's what we just did tonight. It was incredible. It was amazing. It's absolutely free. You can come in and learn some basics, and we had a good time. Like, people learned, they put in 2 trades. So, they were excited. They said they'd take profits. They learned how to do all of that, how to know when there was a buy, when it was a sell. Like, they learned all that in an hour, 1 hour with Dr. V. I believe in making it so simple that even a 6th or 5th grader can understand it and do it. That's how simple I make trading, right? Because my kids trade. So listen, you guys, like I said, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an absolutely amazing and epic night. Mwah. Be blessed.